compression ignition. That is, the air and diesel is compressed to the 16 units of air and diesel is compressed to 1 unit, or 20 volume or 20 units of air is compressed to 1 volume. Due to the compression, the air has the temperature that ignites the diesel. So for that reason, the petrol engine is called SI engine, and the diesel engine is called as compression ignition engine. Next, come to the point, governing. The word governing, to control. Word governing means control. So the quantitative method of governing is employed in petrol engine. Say the timing of the ignition and the expansion stroke, working stroke, suction stroke, exhaust stroke, everything is controlled. Everything is controlled in the quantitative manner. That is nothing but one by one. The suction stroke is controlled. From that, you can control the exhaust stroke. In between, you have two stroke, that is expansion stroke and the power stroke. Everything is controlled through the valves, through the timing. Everything is controlled. For that reason, it is called quantitative method used for controlling of petrol engine. In the same time, in the diesel engine, qualitative method of governing. Qualitative, that is nothing but the control of suction is controlled by the movement of the piston. In that you have inlet valve, exhaust valve. So both operate according to the time at which the piston moves up and down, down and up. That is qualitative method is used for control of the diesel engine. So both petrol and diesel, this is quantitative and this is qualitative. So controlling or governing of the engine is very much essential. Next, come to the point, the engine speed. Say, why everybody prefer the high speed in the engine. Everybody prefer high speed in the engine. Usually, the petrol engine produces the high speed. See, all of you observe here, the maximum speed of the petrol engine is 3000 rpm. 3000 rpm. But in case of diesel, the engine speed of 500 to 1500 is possible. Otherwise, because the capacity of the engine is very high in diesel engine. The same thing in the petrol engine. If you consider 100cc petrol engine or 100cc diesel engine. So if you compare both the engines, the diesel engine has more, diesel engine produces more power, more torque. Remember, the engine capacity is same. That is, for example, 100cc petrol engine, 100cc diesel engine. But the thing is, petrol engine produces less torque. In case of diesel engine, produces more torque. That is more torque. From that, you can work more. If you employ diesel engine for any purpose, you have more torque, more force. From that, you can work. So for that reason, the speed of the petrol engine is high and speed of the diesel engine is less. But the torque produced the petrol engine is less and the torque produced by the diesel engine is high. Next, come to the point, the thermal efficiency. All of you observe here, the thermal efficiency. The thermal efficiency is very much essential for calculation of performance characteristics of the engine, maybe petrol engine or diesel engine. That is the input to the output. What is the input to the engine? What is output to the engine? From that, what is the output you have? What is the output you have? You can calculate thermal efficiency of the petrol engine using relationship. We can discuss the thermal efficiency in the later class. You have to calculate thermal efficiency. So in the problem, everything is available. Use the equation and calculate the thermal efficiency of the engine. In the same way, the thermal efficiency of the petrol is less when it is consumed, when it is come to the point diesel engine. The thermal efficiency of the diesel engine is high when it is compared to petrol engine, because the ratio of compression ratio of the fuel and air. But in case of thermal efficiency of the petrol engine, the fuel, that is the petrol and air, ignited by the spark, but here it is compression of the air. Due to that, the ignition takes place. For that reason, the thermal efficiency of the petrol engine is less. Thermal efficiency of the diesel engine is high. Diesel engine is high. Next, come to the point, noise and vibration. Noise and vibration. So this is very, very important as per the government recommendations and also the rules which is made mandatory for noise pollution and other things. Say if your engine makes a high noise, then there will be a noise pollution. For that reason, the noise coming from the engine, that should be below the 90 decibels. Below the 90 decibels. 90 decibels is the maximum audible sound limit for the human being. 90 decibels. The noise coming from the engine should be less than 90 decibels. So for that reason, see that the engine produces less noise and less vibration. See, nowadays, whichever the engine you consider, two-wheeler engine or four-wheeler engine, there will be less noise and there will be less vibration because of the fuel used is petrol and air. In case of diesel, the engine is also high and the noise and vibration produced in the diesel engine is high. So for that reason, you can say the diesel engine produces more noise and more vibration. Next, come to the point, the weight of the engine. Say weight of the engine. What is the necessity of to consider the weight of the engine? Say nowadays everybody, all the manufacturer expect more fuel economy. More fuel economy. That is nothing but for 1 liter, how many kilometers the engine run? The engine can run for 1 liter of fuel, 1 liter of petrol or 1 liter of diesel. How much kilometer you can run the vehicle? You can run the vehicle. So if the weight is more, the fuel economy is less. That is, if the weight is more, you will not get a fuel economy. So for that reason, the weight of the engine is very much essential for getting the very good or good fuel economy. Due to the, say in the petrol engine, all of you observe here, the weight of the petrol engine is less. Due to that, you have more fuel economy. That is, in two-wheeler, for 1 liter of petrol, you will get 60 kilometers or even more. But in case of diesel engine, the same type of engine, you will get 20 kilometer or 21 kilometer. That is maximum. So if the weight of the engine is high, then the fuel economy is less. So for that reason, when it is compared with petrol with diesel engine, the weight of the petrol engine is less weight of the diesel engine is very high. From these 2 points, you can say the petrol engine weight is less and the diesel engine weight is more. So for that reason, you have more fuel economy in petrol engine and less fuel economy in diesel engine. For 1 liter of diesel, 1 liter of petrol, how much economy you have? That is nothing but for running of the petrol engine of 1 liter of petrol, how many kilometers you can run the vehicle. Usually in two-wheelers, consider any two-wheeler, you have 60 kilometer per liter of petrol. But in case of diesel engine, you have 20 or 21 kilometer of running of the engine. For that reason, if the weight of the petrol come in comparison, weight of the petrol is less and the weight of the diesel engine is more. Weight of the diesel engine is more. Next, come to the point, the initial cost. Initial cost. Say all of you say the initial cost of the petrol engine is less and initial cost of the diesel engine is more. Why like this? Because the power produced by the petrol engine is less and the power produced by the diesel engine is more. For that reason, you might have seen for reciprocating pump, it is used in service station and the pump used for spraying of pesticides in the agricultural field where they use only diesel engine because they require more power for running, they require more power for spraying of the pesticide, and in the fuel station they require high pressure water jet for cleaning of the vehicle. For that reason, the initial cost compared with the diesel engine and the petrol engine, the initial cost of the petrol engine is less and the cost of the diesel engine is high because the power produced by the engine. Operating, next come to the point, operating fuel cost. Operating fuel cost. All of you know that general concept, what is the cost of 1 liter of petrol and what is the cost of 1 liter of diesel. Say the 1 liter of petrol costs 75 rupees or 80 rupees in Shumaka. But 1 liter of diesel costs 65 rupees or 69 rupees in Shimaka. So the cost of the fuel is also very much important for differentiate a petrol and a diesel engine. Diesel engine, that is nothing but the cost of the petrol is high and the cost of diesel is less. So for that reason, everybody think that the cost of the fuel should be optimum. We cannot say less or more. The cost of the fuel should be optimum. From that only you can consider the fuel. Next, come to the point, last point for this class, maintenance cost. Say maintenance. So all of you know that many of you have two-wheeler. You can use the two-wheeler for your work, for coming to the college, for going to the office. For the cost of maintenance of the two-wheeler is less and the cost of diesel engine is higher. Say once if you have to repair your vehicle, the cost of repair is very high for diesel engine. The same thing for petrol engine. If you want to service your vehicle or repair your vehicle, the cost of the repairing or servicing of petrol engine is less and the same thing of diesel engine is very high. This much is enough for this class and I will continue in the next class. Now I make unmute to all.
Hello.
Harshita, can you listen?
Sir.
Helama.
Sir, notes ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ?
After completion of this, after 2 class, after 2 or 3 class.
Sir, ಅಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 2 ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ.
Hey, contact Maitri. You contact Maitri.
Hello.
Hello. You
Hello.
contact Maitri. Hello. Hello.
Sir, ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 2 ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು.
ನಂಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಮ್ಮ, ನೀವು ಇಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ
ಇಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನಿಂದು ಇಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ನಾನು ಈಗ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ನಿಂಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿಲ್ವಾ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 2?
ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಕಳಿಸಿಲ್ವಾ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 2? ಯಾವ
ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಮೇಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳ್ಸಿದಿರೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ಯಾವ್ದು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ.
ಮೈತ್ರಿ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂತ ನೀನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. You can tell me which notes you want. I will send you through email or Google Classroom.
Okay sir, ಸರಿ.
Please tell me the name of the units you require. Please.
Okay sir.
Okay.
I'll check once and keep you informed.
Okay. Thank you.